Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam, and welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card is all about, are you on the right path in life? Okay. If not, what can you do to change it? Generally, the path we're on in life is kind of a gray area. But in any event, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice because they love you, or it is just your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. And no matter how you look at that, it's healthy and you are in the right place. So we have 3 piles to choose from. If you like to choose with crystals or rocks, we have this Dalmatian jasper. And if you've watched any of my other vids, you know that I don't always know what these are. I don't know what this is for pile 2. Oh, let's give you the other side because it's quite different on both. Focus. Come on. There we go. And pile 3. These piles have been pre-shuffled. However, you will be getting live shuffling with this deck here. And then this deck as well. And then I will be retiring these decks for the winter and getting into my spring collection, which is quite plentiful. If you can imagine, there's a lot of springy themed type cards as opposed to winter themed ones. So that being said, you can go ahead and get to your piles, or you can stick around and see the decks that we're using today. All of you will be getting cards out of here. Out of here. This one as well. Sorry if you hear my cat eating her food. I'm trying to get this to focus for you. Come on, baby. Okay, if you can't see those authors, I believe I got this on Amazon, but there is a review of this deck and all these decks in my winter deck reviews. If you want to go check that out, I believe there's timestamps for all of the decks as well. Here are the other ones that we will be using in all of your readings. This one will be reading out of it because it's a complicated deck, but it's beautiful. All right. If I haven't lost you already, we will see you in your individual readings. Take care. Bye-bye. Before you step into like passion again and being all consumed by them. And that includes like worrying about if they've texted you back yet or not and things like that. Try to let that go. Give that kind of communication a rest in between, okay? If it becomes habitual and it needs to be discussed, but otherwise I would just leave it be. Let's go ahead. Let's see if there was something else I wanted to say. Spiritual people, I feel like if this is like job or spiritual related question about the life path that you're on, I feel like a lot of you just feel like you can't see your way forward because no matter what, you can't ultimately see the absolute future if the decisions you're making are good ones. And like that also goes for relationships too, honestly. Creativity, if you're like thinking outside the box, like we were talking about, a lot of times you don't know how that's going to be received, if people are going to be like freaked out by that, if they're going to be ostracizing you instead of praising you, they won't get it, etc. It won't sell, blah, blah, blah. All of that. Just remember that you are on the right path is what ultimately is that I'm seeing that you're on the right path because you're following your innermost truth. Okay. And as long as you're following that in whatever path you choose, then you're on the right path. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's get a couple of these. before I retire them away for the winter. I know you guys probably barely even feel like you saw these at all, but you know, let's get a bunch. What the hey? It's towards the end anyway of this little deck season. This is the last video. We might as well go out with a bang, eh? All these cards that we won't see for a while. Okay, these ones you probably will because I use those pretty much year round. But the seasonal specific, not so much. Okay, so we have candle dressing, number 12, sharp as nails, engraving my will, intentions spoken, declare what will be. Some of you are into candle magic, and if so, rock on. Responsibly, of course, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you're doing your protections and all of that, you know, specific to your individual beliefs. But yeah, I'm seeing some interesting imagery here with the raven, the skull, and the little horns in her bun. Almost getting like some roots, like hoodoo voodoo vibes. The candles that have the little like hangy dillies, and they're all pressed with little flowers. Very pretty. Very you know, very connected to the earth, the elements, elemental magic, but mostly like, yeah, dressing candles. If you've never dressed candles before, it's crazy. When I said that, I thought I saw like flames out the corner of my eye, but it was just a reflection on my computer screen. Interesting. A sign. Some of you might be fire signs. Just take that as confirmation you're in the right place and on the right path in general. I feel your guides speaking through that. Some of you might be seeing your way through being creative in ways that you do your spiritualism, whatever spiritualism looks like to you. We have the swan, number 41. I am everything I seek, the one I am meant to trust above all else, to create one of the strongest loves within my lifetime. Yes. So whether that's a relationship, a project, here's some animal magic for you. There's pretty much like little fox energy in all of these. I guess it's a fox. I guess it could be any kind of little dog, wild dog of some kind. Like a wolf or a coyote perhaps, but it looks like a fox to me. Okay, we also have, we're going to go with right side ups for these. Moon Milk Witch, 31. Watch as the tides turn in your favor, weaving the waters within and conjuring unspoken desires. Ooh, look at the moths with change. Candles with passion. The moon also with change and bringing things towards you. Abundance. Okay. You might want to do your candle magic on the full moon whenever you're watching this, my friends that are watching this pile, okay? If you're into that sort of thing. If you're doing your creativity stuff, you might want to do that creativity stuff with moon cycling. Whatever creativity stuff you're into. We talked about that earlier on. Let's keep going. Wordy. Cooling. Number 30. I am here, present, ready to answer the call. Hear my being, you are coming back home to me. Some of you are going to be taking a trip home in a sense or in physical sense. Some of you are actually kind of going home. Some of you, your life path, vocation, change, choice thing that we were picking up on earlier could be like returning to your roots, returning home, returning to a past belief that you grew up with that maybe you strayed away from or explored other things and then came back to it, okay? A relationship that possibly you're going to revisit. The relationship could be about family as opposed to a romance. Let's keep going. And then we have a greenhouse, 23. Make it clear the intentions I sow in preparation for the path ahead. Okay. I like that along with this as well. It's like whatever you're intending on creating is going to go through very well. And I feel like you know that. And some of you just needed confirmation that you're on the right path and that you're doing the right steps because you truly are. Like, this is very, very beautiful energy, like confident energy, I feel, for all of you across the board. So if you're not feeling that confidence yet, fake it till you make it, baby. It's looking pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and get some tarot from our little winter deck here. I feel like I showed this one the least on the channel, and it's sad because I actually use this one probably the most because it's the most winter specific and least holiday or time specific, other than it's just set in a wintry atmosphere. So you could just live in a wintry place that's winter all the time. And this would be an appropriate deck to have around if you wanted it to be relatable. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. They're super cute. Okay, so we have Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to have like more and more messages coming through from your guides and from just things falling into place, nice offers and things coming through depending on your different circumstances that are going to reaffirm that you're on the right path, that this creativity is something that's going to catch on. It is something that people are going to enjoy. It is something that's going to work out with a partner, etc. and so forth. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, that's like being like new at something, but still being brave enough to speak your truth. Okay. You still have value even if you're new at something. And I feel like that needs to be stated to several people watching. Oh my goodness. And yeah, you've already come such a long way. You're not like a spring chicken anymore, even if you might be a spring chicken to the people that are around you. People might even refer to you as that specifically. You might be like, oh, this is about me. Calling you a spring chicken, a rookie, a JCL, Johnny come lately, a noob, a client. I'll be right back. So like, for example, like I had a German instructor who was 25. She was even a couple years younger than I was at the time. And like she told me that some students that were older than her had a hard time accepting her authority as their teacher. And I laughed and said, but you're the one that went through whatever schooling you went through and credentials you needed to get to where you are. And if they had, they would be teaching the class. And she was like, I never thought about it that way, so anyway, she was like, a spring chicken, I guess, but she also had come a long way, knew a lot of things, had a unique perspective, different from a lot of others. For some of you, if you feel like you're having a hard time making a decision, like I feel like you know what the decision is, you just haven't made it yet for most of the people in these piles. Does that make sense? Because the pathway's been pretty clear, like creative, spiritual, no matter what it is that you're doing, there's some kind of a creative or innovative spin you're putting on it. And that's something that you need to embrace and not worry about it being accepted because it should be accepted. If it's something new, like a new business venture or something, it's an okay thing to do, an okay thing to say. It needs to be said, that kind of thing. Okay. And so, yes, you are on the right path. You just need to step into that path. Some of you more than others. I feel like some of you are already there and some of you are trying to get there. Whew. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to say. I hope this was helpful. If it was, give me comments on how it was in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. And then if you would like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. Yes. Thank you, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hello, beautiful people in pile 2. So if you picked this stone, this pile, we're going to get into your energy. of your path that you're currently on, and is it correct? Let's start with the one where we're going to actually read the book. We have Aurora of Gamma, number 27. This color is very peachy and orange and pink. I'm getting a lot of like Venus vibes. I'm getting like vibes of the dawn, eternal youth and beauty, etc. and so forth. But let's look and see what the book has to say. I'm not going to bore you with all of it. Just kidding. It's quite wonderful, but listening to me read it probably is not. So that being said, oh, that was close. Okay. Here we go. It is time to let go of what has been. You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Okay, for some of you, very specifically, I feel recovery from addiction vibes, okay? And that could be something like as serious as, a substance that you have to go into treatment for, to something like food, to like smoking, to vaping, to just any unhealthy habit, negative self-talk. Possibly you're like really delving into like some kind of therapy to help you with like past traumas that you just need to finally just clear the air with and just be done with it. Maybe looking into forgiving family members and people that have wronged you in the past so that you can move on, etc. and so forth. What else? Other things. Glow up for some of you. Some of you are getting into shape, like you're feeling like alive again. And it's interesting because this is happening right around springtime that I'm filming this. And I always feel a little bit different inside my body, even though I'm allergic to everything. That I feel this other like thing going on where like I feel life around me more. In like my solar plexus area kind of lights up more. So like pay attention to that area as well. That's been something that's been consistent throughout the piles. A lot of you might have been drawn to more than one pile. Okay, let's look and see what your angel and ancestor card gives us. We have Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. That also kind of goes along with that recovery stuff with the trauma and with like substance recovery. If you're dealing with one or the other or both, a lot of times one goes right with the other, doesn't it? And I'm not calling anyone out except myself. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. We've got some tarot cards for you. But yes, recovery. Recovery and like glowing up. Some of you might be getting over a major illness. That just came into my head as well. Maybe something with your like stomach or like gastro or like even your esophagus area. Like maybe your voice was affected and now it's starting to come back. She's kind of reaching up towards her throat chakra, even though it's kind of like sacral and solar plexus-y looking with this like energy. But we also see like her being very aligned with like her other chakra energies. Like her crown is nice and aligned with everything else. Oof. And yeah, it's okay to like get away from those like ancestral patterns or those like, unhealthy patterns that we sometimes pick up over time. We have the Seven of Pentacles for your first tarot card. Judgment. The Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. And the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. The recovery vibe is so hard. I don't know if that's what I am like touching on because I'm an empath. And a lot of times we touch in on like like things that we personally like connect with, but like yeah, that recovery thing with addiction is definitely strong. um I feel like for a lot of you, this like path that you're on, like obviously your guides are saying you are on the right one. The main thing they're saying is like don't fall back into old patterns. um for some of you, this might feel like a second chance, especially if you're recovering in some way. It could be, even if it's not like an addiction, or if you're recovering from like an illness or injury, it could have been like a long time coming. Okay, it could have been expensive, it could have been hard earned, if you know what I mean. Like whatever your individual situations are, like I feel like money was involved for a lot of it, but I feel like within this whole experience, you're actually gaining a second chance in a way to actually gain a purpose and money. This might be opening up a career. For example, since I'm on that kick with like recovery and like, please just take this as like an example if you like aren't in recovery for like drugs or alcohol or whatever. But like a lot of people like say they went to like a recovery thing for drugs or alcohol, and then they became a counselor later, or they wrote a book and become famous, or they end up helping people in all these different ways and become a famous speaker and end up making a comfortable living doing that. These are all things that are possible through that road of recovery that you hear so much about from lots of people that have been through some kind of like substance recovery, myself included. You can always ask me about it if you want. It's probably quite boring compared to some. All right, let's get you. Nope, I lied. Let's get you some more oracle cards. I love this deck, and I'm sad it's going away for the long season before winter again. So we are going to get as many out as we possibly can that'll fit into the screen. It's like 5, 6 is fine. Hint, hint. Okay. 5. I like 5 instead of 6. That's just, I don't know. I watch you go watch the other pile and you're like, you gave them a 6. I don't know. Maybe I did. All right. We have Consecrate Tools, number 16. I will claim what is mine, what I see beyond the hidden, a gifted spirit by telling my words spill with purpose. Nice. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are like, oh, back to the recovery scenario. You know, a lot of times it's like a sickness, you know, for example, you didn't ask for that sickness. It might have been like going through hell, you know, or like an addiction is like, you know, recovering from that can be like going through hell. Recovery from trauma can be like hell, etc. and so forth. It is your own unique journey and your own unique pain. And I feel you owning that, consecrating your life with it. Okay. Um, Embracing your uniqueness with the unicorn skull there. So cute. Yeah. And just like embracing what you have been through and like just moving forward with your own unique self. I see that as being clearly part of your path, and like you embracing that part of your path, which is quite beautiful. Let's keep going. Yeah, like bathing it in. Bathing ritual number 6. 6 is also a number for coming home. With you, water spirit, I wash away what no longer serves me and drinking spells that call for healing. Yeah, you're just really like glowing up, feeling better, recovering from whatever it is that has gotten you down, okay? And just sort of re-emerging into the world like renewed. North Star, I am an embodiment of what I seek, walking with purpose while focused on my path. Yeah, and just moving forward, right? There's no getting over, there's just getting on, right? And just like keeping your head up, as they say, like keeping your chin up as well is another way of saying that, like keeping the fire going. Angelica number 2, the bells have rung, chiming far and near, underneath feathered wings, my dear, you have nothing to fear. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, it's like the worst has already happened to you and you can only move forward from here. For those of you that have unfortunately gotten to this point, like I feel for you. I've gotten to about two or three of those in my lifetime before. And like, each one is devastating. And like at the same time, like, I'm going to be honest, like exhilarating to some degree. I'm watching my cats right now and they're going to start fighting. Stay out of petty squabbles. I always say that. When my cats start fighting, it's just a sign. I don't actually know that, but it might be. Okay, arts and crafts number 5. Nothing exists without the essence of spirit. May it be whispers or chants. Your energy is what brings life to all that you create. Yes, and on your path being like, it's so interesting. A strangely unique path that even like the part that sucks is also part of that beautiful, unique journey. And that's what your guides are showing as part of what you celebrate within yourself is like coming so far and uh, doing so much and actually always still moving forward, like creating a career out of like misfortune, in some way, finding ways to help others, etc., that have suffered in the same way that you've suffered. I see a lot of that going on. Let's get you some tarot. Let's see. The last one just like got a lot of like really potent cards in a few. So let's see what you guys get. Anything else? I feel this one, that's it. Okay. All right, winter decks, here we go. All right, yeah, big change. Like some of you are embracing actual death in a way. Like I think some of you might maybe have experienced a death, or at least when stuff falls apart or like comes to an end, like you kind of focus in on all these other things in your life that were major that came to an end. The Magician, yeah, you have what it takes to move forward, and you always seem to like pull off those like Christmas miracles. I know it's not Christmas anymore, quite far from it. We're like heading towards, I gotta do my St. Patrick's Day stuff here pretty soon. We have 9 of Cups. Yeah, wish come true card. Like you're really spinning it into gold, like the stuff that you've been through and your experiences that you've had. Yes. Yo. There's a pile for you in this other final winter deck series that I just put out, like that you need to check out. Yeah, so like you're rolling along with change. You're taking what has like not worked out and you're just going with it no matter what happens. Okay. And I'm not ending this on a low note because this card came out at the end. I feel like no matter what, you're always going to be plugging forward and therefore you're always going to be more successful. It's crazy how similar this is. But I can't imagine that the same person is going to end up stumbling upon both of these in some point. This pile, and then there's another video that I just released around the same time as this one. Woo, it's crazy. Okay. Other things? I think that's about it. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing because, yeah, you're doing great. If you're worried about doing the right thing or you're on the right path, rest assured your guides are like singing your praises, and so am I across the board. All right, people. If this was helpful, let me know how in the comment section. You can also give me topic ideas there. You can book a private reading with me if you wish. There are ways to do so in the description box. We will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye bye. Hello, hello. Pile 3. Sorry for my shadow being all over your face. Okay. Here is your rock. Just kidding. Hello, hello, pile 3. So if you picked this little rock that it won't focus on because the focus gods hate me. I'm sorry. Anyway, you must have picked it for a reason or you wouldn't have been here. let's look at your overall energy with your first two. Oh, you got two of these. Okie dokie, we'll go with that. Your first one of these. Oh, yay! I was hoping somebody was going to get this card. It's one of my favorites. 7 Blessings of Eve. Do I know what it means? No. Will I look it up for you? Yes, I will. But I just love snakes. I have a snake tattoo. Beauteous. Okay. Well, let's look and see what the book has to say. Number 7 feels pretty lucky indeed. Serpents are also a big sign of transformation. So some of you might be going through a change, and that's what you want confirmation for, is if you're on the right path towards that, with that change, etc. and so forth. Let's see. We have a spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Okay, that is all about manifestation, even to the point of speaking ill of yourself or ill of others could bring harm in some way. Take that as it resonates. I've heard it said that, words and stuff turn into deeds and actions, etc. and so forth. And so you just take that however it resonates with your own belief system. Let's see what your ancestor angel oracle has to say. What the? Okay. You guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at this. Insane. Okay, well, for those of you that don't want to get prego, make sure that you take your precautions however you see fit. You know what I mean? Just in case. Because you're fertile at this time if you are looking to not try to conceive. Go ahead and take that warning. And man, major transformation, y'all, on your life path here. Let's keep going and just see where we go. Dream and journey. Holy heck, yeah, spiritualism up the wazoo. Sorry, that wasn't a very classy way of saying that. But man, very spiritually gifted pile here. Y'all, I'm feeling also like Wheel of vibes with this, like Wheel of Fortune. And definitely just like, yeah, the wheel of time, like just moving forward, changing for the better. Like, honestly, like I feel like this is a beautiful transformation, that yes, you are on the right path, that not just the right path for you as a person on this earth, but like universally as like a person that's being watched by many gods kind of energy. Let's look at your tarot. We have 5 of Swords, Queen of Cups. I can't believe you got 2 snakes. Oh my god, that's so cool. We have, I'm gonna start shuffling live for everything, and you guys can just skip it because that's just too good. 5 of Cups. Interesting. 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. And 9 of Swords. There's a client. Just a minute. I do feel a lot of mistrust, possibly in yourself or people around you, with these guys showing up in this life journey of yours. There's a lot of change going on. It might be hard to know who to trust, especially if part of the change involved like betrayal or an ending of like relationships, so on and so forth. General reading and all. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek. But I want to remind you that with this Queen of Cups, your guides are showing that like things are happening in due course with this card as well. Same thing with the snakes. That, you know, the powerful spiritual journeys in life are not always the most comfortable. And I'm not saying that to like downplay or minimize anybody's pain. Been there, am there. Like, so please understand that I understand and empathize with your situation completely from a personal level. My cat Atticus also does. He's sitting over here snorpering. Oh, hello cards. I believe we have some cards for you. All right. I'm just gonna set these out for a second. I'm gonna get you some more because I love these cards. Love their shiny stuff. I love the way they smell. I love their little imagery. I love their messages. Can I have one more, please? Thank you. That's a client. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start with this one. Grimoire. Keep what is sacred near to you, for it is only to be shared when you are ready. Yes, you're learning a bunch of new things about yourself. And you owe no explanations, even if, like, you've been gone for a while, even if, like, whatever. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, and calling back to that first card that we got talking about the snake, but the book reading about how you have far-reaching significance in what you do and your skill set that you've made over the course of this journey, over the course of your path that you're wondering about. Let's move on to the Groundhog card, number 25. You know, we got a 24 and a 25 in a row, and this has actually been shuffled quite a few times because I do use it in the summer or in the winter months. It says, wake up, dear one, from the slumber you find comfort in. The truth is seeking those ready to acknowledge it. So yeah, if there's something that you feel uncomfortable about, shedding your old skin and moving forward, it's time, baby. It's okay for it to hurt a little, you know, or to feel a little uncomfortable. Overall, this is the best thing for everyone involved, including and especially you. We have Black Bear, number 7. Lots of animal energy for you with the rabbit. We have that wheel energy. The 2 snakes. Anyway. You ever seen Conan the Barbarian? 2 snakes facing each other with an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, anyway. Your existence is the resistance. All you must do is accept the power awaiting your arrival. Yes, the same thing with that idea of like just accepting and stepping into your power of like your destiny and what you're meant to do is part of this path confirmation that you're looking for. Is just you accepting it and stepping into it. I'm going to step over to the side so you can actually still see your cards. We also have Winter Bosom. Sweep away ill intent while creating boundaries weaved with protection. A witch respects passages of safety. Number 43. Yeah, I feel like some of you are like gaining this wisdom of like reading the room more, reading your place in society more, and actually just accepting your spot of where you feel comfortable spiritually with this spiritual transformation that's coming through, and the way that you're accepting the idea that it's actually kind of widespread, or like you have the ability of reaching a lot of people. So like if you've been thinking about starting a little YouTube channel or like teaching some kind of a class or doing something, go for it, because your guides are clearly showing that like you know your path in this situation of like where you're headed and what you feel. So just go ahead and trust that and move forward with it, because all the confirmation you need is just you stepping into it. Because once you step into it, there's no stopping you, baby. There's no stopping the snake from shedding its skin either. I know that that's not actually how it's pronounced. It's pronounced like ridiculously like less than that, like brie or something like that. I'm just gonna let you read that. Number 11, thread by thread, I weave my desires, working as one with the source of creative power. Yes, more manifestation. We're talking about that manifestation power that you have. Whatever you're thinking of doing, go ahead and think it into being, because you have that ability. Anything that you're like working towards on this path, regardless of who you are while you're watching at this time, you have it within you to be able to keep going and be successful, even if it's a strange new path. I feel like that's been a recurring theme, and honestly, like a lot of people, I feel like are uh going through similar type experiences, because they also, you know, the workforce has changed so much, the education force has changed so much, everything's changed so much that everybody's doing weird new things now, networking in strange new places. Let's get you some tarot. I love these winter decks. If you want to look at the little like reviews that I did on them, I did a review on all of these, time stamped in a group one, and then there's a few individual ones I think maybe that I just kind of did on the fly. All right, we're gonna flip these over. I'm gonna try the best to keep my shadow out of the way. Yeah, we have King of Pentacles. That shows somebody giving coming into your life, or you having enough to be giving. So again, lots of potential to like monetize this new start. Yeah, have faith. Your guides are saying go ahead and take a leap of faith. Even if the situation seems unsure, they've got you and it's the right time. The Four of Cups. Don't wait too long, right? And look around, make sure that all the things that are available to you are being explored. Even if they feel like maybe they're not for you, go ahead and take a closer look before you totally reject them. We have emotional fulfillment coming in. Conflict. Interesting. Well, we can't end on that. Let's go ahead and get another card. I feel an inner conflict with a lot of the people in this pile. I feel like it's because it feels unconventional or safe, maybe new, maybe vulnerable, maybe not comfortable, in the sense that it's not what you've been doing for a long time and you were doing something else for a very long time that you are comfortable with doing. And so that's where the conflict comes in. But ultimately, I see you shedding that skin and moving forward. Like, it's just very, very clear to me in this spread that, like, you're going to embrace this change, that this transformation is going to come to fruition, and you are going to like it. Because, like I said, we have that emotional fulfillment up here, and the same card again down here, just from a different deck. I feel like you are going to like it, my pile threes. If this was helpful, go ahead and give me some feedback in the comments section. Give me some topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, go ahead and check out the description box. There are ways to do so, and ways to ask me questions there as well. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.